Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Thursday, October 21st, 2021, and one of the top headlines, Bannon in contempt. What I want you to see is the redundant ritual with this news story today on what is the first day of the 47th week of Steve Bannon's age. Notice his birthday is November 27th, from his last birthday to today, the day of him being held in contempt by the U.S. federal government. It's his 47th week of his age. And in my background, it might be a little bit small. Here, let me make myself bigger for a second. You see how it says, what is 47 on that license plate? Again, I've been educating about this number redundantly, especially in the capital city, Washington, D.C., because D.C. is known as the Masonic City, and 47 is very special to the Masons. It represents the 47th problem of Euclid, which is foundation. Remember, Steve Bannon was Donald Trump's guy, the guy who on the night of the election in 2016 was in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel, and he replaced Obama, who took office at age 47, alongside Joe Biden, the 47th Vice President of the United States, who then became president himself after being in Washington, D.C. for 47 years. And that's why Trump on the campaign trail was saying, I've done more in 47 months than Biden's done in 47 years. This was a phrase that got a lot of attention there just before the election. And again, in Gematria, if you just letter the alphabet, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is the 26th letter. If you just turn the alphabet from letters to numbers, with numerology, president equals 47. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology, White House is 47, like government. Authority, also 47. Same with Republican, which came out of the Whig Party, which is 47. Democrat, 47. DC, 47. Trump, 47. Again, the 47th problem of Euclid is paid tribute to in the Masonic compass out of France, where they set it at 47 degrees. The 47th problem of Euclid is about how to establish foundation for a structure. Foundation equals 47, like framework. The circle at the top of the Masonic compass in their own language is known as the pole star, which is another 47. That's the North Star, and the 47th problem of Euclid relates to how to make a perfectly square foundation using rope, anchor points, and the pole star. But, and again, that's why DC's cornerstone was laid September 18th, 1793. Cornerstone Masons on a date with 47 numerology. Last year on that date, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and the word judge, gavel, and obey are all 47. Donald Trump, who put in more Supreme Court justices than any other in one term, Trump 47, like Judge 47. The first Supreme Court justice he installed was Neil McGill Gorsuch on April 7th, 47. You know, and there were many other rituals as well. Even the name Ginsburg equals 47 in Gematria. And again, she died on the anniversary of the cornerstone being laid by the Masons on a 47-date numerology. So here's Steve Bannon, whose name in Gematria equals 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society. Remember, Donald Trump won the 58th U.S. presidential election, and he announced he was running from the 58-story Trump Tower. D.C. is known as the Masonic City. This is a Masonic ritual. And again, understand, this is all divide and conquer. This is all to keep the populace in the same type of, mindset they're always in. Taking sides, so invested in these news stories. Oh, see, the Republicans are a bunch of crooks. Half the country's saying that. The other half is, oh my God, this is such a witch hunt. You know what I mean? What they don't realize, it's all a script to just keep people taking sides and, using certain sets of information to reconfirm the beliefs they're under from whatever side they've chosen in these ongoing agendas. But the point is, you learn this knowledge, you see how all of this stuff is ritual and the same repetitive patterns. And, just to make a point, I have a million posts on the number 47. I've talked about 47 and 74 so much over the years, it's ridiculous. But, here's a random example. What I did was I pretend like this is a roulette wheel. I just went to my old blog and typed in 47 foundation just to see what would come up. And I spin the page like this, and this post landed up. And I said, oh yeah, I remember this story. This is April 21st, 2017. An architect fell supposedly to the death his death from the 47th floor of a midtown skyscraper, and he was 52 years old. And again, words like authority have Gematria 52 and 47. Same with government, same with president, same with the cabal. And what's weird is he was 52 years old and his name was Bruno Travilla, which equals 47, right? And not only that, but they say that his body was found on 52nd Street, the 52-year-old on 52nd Street who fell from the 47th floor in front of the Flatotal Hotel, which equals 52. You know what I mean? And if you say, like, how does this even happen? You know, this guy's in the I'm just speculating, but this guy's in the contracting industry. These people are going to do one of their murder-death rituals, maybe for the new building is some kind of whatever sick psychopathic shit they believe in. You know, this guy's energy and soul is going to help their building flourish on 52nd. I don't know, but they get the contractor because they know Gematria. They say, oh, look at this guy. Man, he's got the right name. And can you believe it? I actually can see he's 52 years old, too. Let's get him over there, man. Let's tell him we got a project on the 47th floor, you know? So, you know what's weird about this post is I made it on April 21st, 2017. That was a year to the day of Prince's death, which we predicted before it happened. And remember, Prince died 47 days before his June 7th birthday. The word time is 47. Prince had the band, you know, the associated act, Morris Day and the Time. And Prince, you know, on the Tavis Smiley's show, he did his last interview with Tavis Smiley. He talked about chemtrails and prophecy. Really weird interview if you go back and watch it. And he says, all we can go by now is prophecy, and all we have is time. But yeah, Prince died on 4/21. He had the song that came out in 83, 33 years before his death, I Would Die For You, and he spelled it with the number 4. He didn't write out 4, he just wrote the number 4. And he didn't write out the word you. He just did the letter U. I would die for you. U is the 21st letter of the alphabetic order. I would die 4/21, the day he died. 47 days from his birthday. Prince and the Time. For one more piece on this, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Nancy Pelosi is going to sign off on the contempt for Bannon today. And remember, it wasn't that long ago we were talking about when she set the record for the longest speech in Congress. And it was about the Dreamers Act, which does equal 47. And from her birthday, she did that February 7th. From that day that she did it to her March 26th birthday was 47 days. She's also from Maryland, which equals 47, like Vatican, Virgin Mary, D.C., the Jesuit city between Maryland and Virginia, Virgin Mary. But, I mean, of course, she's a good Catholic. Washington, D.C. equals 56, like Nancy Pelosi, like Society of Jesus. Her birthday is 26/3, like 263, the 56th prime. Remember, she spearheaded the impeachments of Trump, which were all part of the show that came 56 weeks apart from one another. In the year of the pandemic, which came 56 years after Trump began his Jesuit education. But yeah, Steve Bannon on his 47th week of his age, right on the nose, Mr. Trump. And again, Trump's another 47. You know what other word you can add to that list? News. News is 47. Authority, government, news. I mean, think about it. Isn't that what everybody's under the mind control of? Government, news, the authority. Religious types, Christians 47, like Vatican. Like France, like Francis, the Jesuits from France, the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis. Washington, D.C. was laid out by the French Freemason L'Enfant. The Scottish Rite came to power in France. The Jesuits were created in France. The founders studied in France. 56 signers, the most famous John Hancock, dead at age 56. You guys, from the beginning, this whole nation's been ran this way. That's why the nation's birthday is the 4th day of the 7th month. You know? And that's why I got a license plate in the background that says, what is 47? If you teach anyone this knowledge, just tell them to pay attention to 47. The rituals just pile up by the day, you know? And these days, I don't document as many because it's just like, people should have got it by now. I mean, there was a time when my channel even actually got views. Seemed like it was an ancient past now, but I mean, just so many times just teaching the same damn things about how this ongoing puppet show goes that takes people because people want to pick sides instead of seeing what the show is and ending it. And with regards to the whole Kirsten Sinema, I mean, what a ridiculous name. If you missed my work before she became the politician down in Arizona, we saw why she was definitely going to win her rigged election. And, today's her 102nd day of her age. Her name, Kirsten Sinema, with the bizarre spelling for both names, equals 56 and 79, like Society of Jesus, Washington, D.C., 56. Again, today's her 102nd day of her age. Jesuits love that 102-201. It's not hard to see. The puppet show by the numbers. Oh, also, the Haitian gang leader. Jonathan did some great work on the Pray For Me album that came out for Haiti. Pray for Haiti. Pray for Haiti was the album. It came out 47 days before the assassination of the president, which was a huge Jesuit ritual, which we covered. President equals 47. The Haitian president was assassinated 47 days after that album came out. Haiti also equals 47. And what's sick about this story, about the Haitian gang leader being in the news, is this story started Saturday, October 16th. That's the anniversary of the Million Man March, the day leaving 76 days left in the year. Remember, slave, Negro, blues, Rasta, each of those words add up to 76. Slave, 76. Negro, 76. Blues, 76. Rasta, 76. Barack Obama, 76. A Promised Land, 76. His book that he released on the day leaving 44 days left in the year. The 44th book of the Bible, Acts. Acts 7:6 is about the prophecy of 400 years in slavery. And then how that nation will be punished after that. For the U.S., that 400-year anniversary was August of 2019, right before COVID-19. But, just more using these numbers. And then, Haiti, with regards to the slave connection, Haiti used to be the slave port for the Americas. That's where they'd come into, the slave auctions, that island. This stuff is all just such sick orchestrated ritual. Jesuits control Haiti like they control U.S. And Haiti's, known for its revolution, and they say that nation's been punished ever since. And some people say that's why you can't revolt against the Jesuits, but again, that's the wrong attitude. Just because their revolt didn't work doesn't mean the next one can't, because these people need to be revolted against, and they need to be torn down, and people need to figure out a way to beat them. Not just go, if we try to revolt, it'll get even worse for us, so let's just stay in line. I mean, that's just the ultimate pussy attitude. But it's all Jesuits, you guys. From Trump to... And Steve Bannon's Jesuit educated. He went to Georgetown in D.C. The last video I did on it, when this whole soap opera started, about how this could happen with the contempt, it was a nice little skull and bones ritual, 322 days after his birthday. Now here we are in his 47th week of his age. Again, skull and bones, Knights Templar, Jesuits, these are the secret societies that run the show. They're all related, and they all go back to the Catholic Church. But we will keep it short and sweet. And again, GematriaEffectNews 23 is the new YouTube channel. When you search, the reason you guys can't find my work is you guys don't know how to use a search engine on YouTube in the age of the suppression. And again, it's just very simple things that I've taught you guys a million times. When you search, you have to go to the criteria and choose upload date from the menu. You have to click that upload date because then it'll give you the most current thing. If you don't do that, you're never going to find anything I'm posting searching because they're just going to bury it beneath a million other things. But if you search by upload date, then it'll give you a chance to find what you're looking for. And I keep telling you guys that, and you guys keep having the same problem. Zach, I can't find it. I can't find it. And I already know. It's just like being an adult and thinking like you're a little kid. You know that the little kid can't find it because he's not following directions. Maybe he's not even putting in the effort. He's like, I can't see where the drop-down list is. I mean, there can only be so many things to click on to figure it out. You're not even putting in the effort to find where sort by date is so that you can actually find what you're looking for. And it really doesn't take that much effort. I mean, honestly, it probably takes more to go back to the chat box and ask for the help to do it. And then hope that your comment's not going to get censored by Google and no one sees it. But again, you guys, I've been telling you guys for years the things you need to do to fight this oppression, and that's why nobody comes back to the channel after I keep getting deleted. It's like nobody's smart enough to even figure out how to get back to the channel despite being told in case it happens, because you know it's going to happen again. It's just like, I just don't know what to do, man. People think the earth is flat. They can't follow these simple steps to get the stuff back, even though I tell them again and again. It's just like... I mean, I don't mean to be mean because it's my own following, but it really is the idiocracy. It's just like, my God, even my own community, man. I think it might be the majority. So if it's not you, I'm not talking about you. But for all the people that it is, I mean, get your shit together, man. You gotta do better. You can't be this simple of a person. I keep searching and it's not coming up. Are you doing anything else besides just searching it? Again, they're going to suppress the shit out of your search. The only way you're going to find anything, and it's not just me, the only way you're going to find any of the shit you're looking for is to use that function that I keep telling you about, sort by date. If you don't do that, you're not going to find it. You might have to click the channel name box too. That might also help. But yeah, it just gets so old, you guys, because I'm on the 23rd channel and it's the same shit every time. Just people leaving comments, I can't find it, it's not coming up. It's just like, oh my God, it's every time it's the exact same thing, explaining the exact same things. And people just can't overcome the... And honestly, I shouldn't even have to tell you this, really. I mean, that's what else is frustrating. You should just know, based on this age from working with computers, the things that you might need to maneuver to make a search engine work in your favor. I mean... It's just, people don't have any skills. You guys are on computers all day and you don't even know how to use them in the slightest bit. And I suck on a computer too. In a way, it's kind of I could criticize myself in some ways, but still, the stuff I'm talking about is super basic and most people can't even figure that out. It's just, ugh. Anyway, we'll leave it there, you guys. And until next time.